Alright, hello everybody. Today we'll be doing our third video today. We'd like to speak on food, water, and pharmaceuticals, and we want to tie the three together. And first let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Paul, and
this is Jay.
And we're very happy to be here today. We feel very privileged, and before we go any further, I'd like to give thanks to people that have helped me open my eyes. And first off, I gotta say, Jay Snip 4. If you haven't checked out his channel before, check it out.
Phenomenal.
Great. He does a great job. I love watching the guy. I watch basically all of his videos every single day. Second off, Pastor Dowell. Third off, Alex Jones. And then fourth, probably Lindsey Williams. And fifth, and certainly not least, is the Most High Yah himself. Because without him, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have acquired the knowledge that I've acquired. And I just really want to give him thanks. I really do. But, you know, the issue of food is, you know, sometimes a touchy subject with people because they don't really want to hear you talk about what they're eating, especially when they're eating it, you know what I mean? But it's really unbelievable what's happening today in America and what the government and the FDA, which is basically interchangeable, they're both pretty much the same thing anyways.
The FDA, the only thing they care about is if it's labeled. Right. Doesn't matter what it causes.
Yeah, and the ingredients that are showing up on our labels today are really literally killing us. And probably the first ingredient that we should talk about, because it's in every single product virtually, is high fructose corn syrup.
It really honestly is. It was developed in 1975 in Japan, and if you look at the Heart Health Association, right around the 80s, they're like, man, our country's starting to get real bad heart problems. People are starting to have some weight issues, so we need to cut down the fats. When they cut down the fats, they started to promote then more sugars. And high fructose corn syrup, when digested by the body, is what it is like a fermented sugar, which is a serious poison to the body. Chemically altered. It is a poison to the body, just as poisonous as ethanol is, because it's the same process of taking sugar and fermenting it. They introduce that into our diets, and once it goes into the body and starts to break down, it's stored just like fat. Just like it.
Look at that.
And it's like our diet, even though with fast food, everything's so high in saturated fat. Like if you watch Super Size Me, I mean, the guy put on 29 pounds in like 30 days, and his liver was close to failing. Literally, the doctors, PhDs in nutrition, said you honestly have to stop this because your life is in jeopardy. That is remarkable how fast it honestly is. You can talk to any nutritionist out there and they say, how often should you eat at McDonald's? How often should you eat at Burger King? 0% of the time. And it's like you watch the kid on YouTube that does the peanut butter jelly time, and everybody laughs. But when he's going to grow up, when he's say 12, 14 years old, a sheer diabetic, if not already when he made the movie, I mean, he's got to go to his parents and go, what have you done to me? I didn't even have a chance. And it's like, They talk about how they're putting away parents for malnutrition. They should put away parents for having the clear understanding of high saturated fats and tons of processed and sweeteners added in your food. It doesn't take rocket science, but you're legitimately killing your kids every single time you go into the line of any pretty much fast food chain. And it honestly should be illegal that this kid, and when you watch this, there's a thing that we'll put at the end, a link for, it's called Sugar, the Bitter Truth. You can YouTube it. And I mean, that's a phenomenal movie. And they talk about how the kid, when it's growing inside of the mother, if the mother has a crappy diet, Well, the kid's going to come out in pretty bad shape. Because the kid, when it's actually growing inside the mother, is feeding off of this high fructose corn syrup. And it's just so remarkable how the kid's already having complete changes brought upon him due to the negligence of their mother. It's unbelievable.
And, it's almost like this is how, well, it's not even almost like it is. This is how the system is set up. The system is set up to make the worst foods for you the cheapest. You know what I mean? And everybody buys them, and people don't know what they're putting in their own body. You know what I mean? And it's causing health issues. And if you look at America today, you can see that, all these diseases continue to rise. Obesity continues to rise. We're having all these issues, and we're supposed to be so advanced and everything like that, but yet we can't even take control of our own health.
That's self-inflicted. They had an epidemic is happening right now in America, and we need to wake up now to change it, because by 2020, 80% of the walking public in this country, if they can even walk, will be obese. Obese is a higher another word for a higher definition of fat. There's fat people, and then you have obese. And if 80% is obese, I can't fathom what the other 20% would be. I guess fat.
Either that or grossly obese.
It's unbelievable, but
then you'll have the 1% that are in shape.
Yeah, and they're going to be the ones being made fun out of because they're not fat. It'll be like the cool thing to be will be fat.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Peter Griffin, he's an idol.
Well,
he's an idol.
Well, you're just talking about a completely demoralized nation, and that's just a whole other topic. You know what I mean? But more on the food topic, like high fructose corn syrup isn't everything. And staying on the same topic as sweeteners, you got aspartame, which is another chemically engineered sweetener that is actually the byproduct of bacteria or feces that is chemically altered and then used in all diet foods. And
it's found in a lot of things. It's even found in Eclipse gum, aspartame.
Oh my God!
It's found in
every gum.
And
it's
there's
found
no reason aspartame needs to be put in gum.
No.
For what reason? Freshness?
Yeah, you want to freshen your breath? Try not using bacteria feces. That might be a good idea. But yeah, it's literally found in every single gum. It's found in every single diet drink, with the exception of a few that are actually decent for you. And it's even found in non-diet drinks. Like, I was looking at the back of a can of Starbucks, like, I don't know, a Frappuccino drink, out of the can. It was sweetened with sugar and sucralose and aspartame. I was just like, what? Really?
There's you can have 7 different sugars in one drink.
Right.
And it's still yet somehow not enough sugar.
Well, America loves sweet food.
They do love their sweeteners.
You know what I mean? But aspartame has been proven to cause cancer, and yet it's
a lot
still
of lab results in mice,
right,
given the same type of dosage for weight proportion was given to them lab rats, and they get all types of tumors, all types of defects, and cancers, you name it. Terrible. Mm-hmm. What are the other couple real bad ingredients that are found now?
Well, you can also look at the other popular sweetener of sucralose, which is a safer form, not safer chemically engineered sweetener, but it is still proven to cause cancer. You don't want to consume it. As far as preservatives go, you got BHT, TBHQ. You got what's the other one? It's escaped. Sodium benzoate. All of these preservatives have been proven to cause basically any sickness under the sun. And yet they're being allowed to be put in our foods. And if you're not buying organic food, 9 times out of 10 you're eating this stuff without even knowing it, unless you're awake to what's really happening in America. But I bought a box of organic cereal before, and it was actually preserved with vitamin E. I mean, there's a win-win situation there. You're preserving my food with something that's natural and something that is healthy at the same time.
That cinnamon toast crunch bar that I had.
Yeah.
The ingredient listing on the back side was so long.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable.
Right.
Like, I honestly didn't even think they could put their logo on it because there were so many ingredients.
Right.
In it. There had to been like 60 ingredients.
And you can't even pronounce half the ingredients, you know what I mean? I mean, honestly, if you wanted to make that same product from organic and natural products, you're probably going to have about between 10 and 15 ingredients on that list, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not 60, 70 ingredients. I mean, look at a bag of potato chips. I mean, come on. I mean, do you really need that many ingredients to make a bag of potato chips with barbecue flavoring on it?
And it's a big deal because it goes from these poor ingredients which affect your health, high fructose corn syrup is such a poison to the body, and then all these ingredients on top of it, and it leads you to go to your doctor and say, "Doctor, why am I 30 to 40 pounds, heavier than I am?" And it's like,
and
well,
feel like
it's
crap.
not your food or nutrition. How about this blood pressure medication? How about this medication that's going to give you 5 other diseases?
Right.
That's where the pharmaceutical drug companies come into play.
Right.
And they are profiting so hard on these ingredients. It's like as if they purposely talk to each other. Hey, we're going to put 50 more of this into your food, and then you come up with these 50 other kind of pills, and then we'll scratch each other's backs, because that's exactly what's happening.
Right.
Because look at Congress and look at the big corporations in this country, what they've turned into. Pharmaceutical drug companies.
Mm-hmm.
And they are shouldn't say money, currency hungry. And they
That's
sure are. They sure are.
They really are. And if you look at the foods these days, I mean, all these ingredients all basically share a common cause. 1, to get you fat. 2, to cause cancer and basically any other sickness. And 3 is to keep you hungry for more. You know what I mean? The food that we're eating today is so chock full of chemicals and so nutritionally deprived that people are eating these foods physically being full, but thinking in their head that they're hungry because number 1, they're not getting the nutrients that they need, and number 2, they're not getting they're getting chemicals in their body that are causing them to feel like they're hungry still. You know what I mean? Yeah. All of our food is being poisoned, except for you have to find organic food. That's really basically the only option, the only surefire way to hopefully know that you're not getting these chemicals in your food. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And not to just leave you out in the dark. I mean, there's many good alternatives, like the high fructose syrup, high fructose corn syrup. The alternative to that is just natural organic cane sugar. That's just plain old sugar. Aspartame, well, you got xylitol, which is a great natural sweetener. You got stevia, that's another great natural sweetener. Has no effect on the blood sugar, and it doesn't cause cancer. It's from a plant. You know what I mean? It's
like
good
me,
for you.
You just don't drink pop. I just don't. That's all I have is water, predominantly.
Which will bring us to our next subject.
I'm drinking.
Right.
That's all I drink. It's just water, day in, day out. Pop, never really liked it. Never really got into it. It's too fizzy, too sugary. Never had a taste for it. I just drink water, day in, day out.
It's the best thing to do.
But then again, I could be screwed there too, huh?
Right, you could be, because I hate to break it to you, but our water supply is being poisoned. You know what I mean? They poison our water with fluoride, and if you look it up, there's many other chemicals that are it's just ridiculous to even name, like things like arsenic and things of that nature that they're finding traces of in our water. But fluoride's a big one because people think fluoride is actually good for them. I'll be like, fluoride is one of the worst things that you can put in your body. You know what I mean? And you're like, what? Fluoride's good for my teeth. You know what I mean? And I'm like, true. Fluoride is good for your teeth in moderation. I will give them that. But too much fluoride on your teeth actually causes like brown spots on your teeth. Look it up. I forget the proper name for it. But too much fluoride is bad for you, and if you're ingesting it, it's a hell of a lot worse. The crazy thing is fluoride sort of promotes I don't care attitude in people today, which you can tell is going on, because if you tell them, you know, the food and water you drink is not good for you, they don't care, you know what I mean? But it was used originally, to my knowledge, in the camps where they held the Jews, and Hitler was killing them. They used fluoride. They put fluoride in their water supply to promote a more docile attitude, so the prisoners would be less likely to revolt and rise up against these people. You know what I mean? And if you look at what's happening in the world today, you know, a lot of things are happening that are Hitler-like right now, with the false flag attacks.
The NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act.
Right. It's unbelievable.
We'll start talking about that more so with the New World Order video that we're going to put out.
Right.
But we'll get to that inevitably.
Right.
But that's stuff we're getting together.
Yeah. Well, you know, like, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. Consider myself a messenger. You know what I mean? I'm just getting the word out to you guys. I want to let you know. I'm gonna give you guys the links to find out the cold hard facts. You know what I mean? I'm the messenger, yep. But I'm here to tell you that our food and water supply is being poisoned.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And why don't we just have a look at pharmaceuticals next? Because I mean, pharmaceuticals, it's unbelievable what they're doing to our people. It really is.
But they're making bank off of people with poor decisions.
I'll
tell you right now, all you need to do to clean up, if you want to start to lose weight, it's so easy. Nutrition, exercise. All you have to do is cut out your pop, replace that with water. Exercise for maybe an hour a day. And when you go on break, don't go to McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or who names it. Just go, get some lean chicken breasts, lean cuisines. Love them because, in fact, there's no preservatives in them. It's a pretty good deal.
Still not the best option.
So I got to put in the microwave, yada yada yada. But it is what it is. But it's healthier than going to McDonald's. That's for sure.
Well, you know, the microwave it's not a good idea. My suggestion, personally, would be to bring your own lunch. I mean, go out there, go shopping ahead of time, bring your own lunch, because honestly, if you want to eat healthy conveniently in this day and age, I'm here to tell you it's basically impossible. It's not going to happen. If you are serious about eating healthy and taking control of your health and your weight, it's a lifestyle change. It's not just a little change that you can just make here.
And at least do it for all you mothers out there. Do it for your kid.
Yeah, please, they need you to do this, because they have no choice. They feed what you feed them. I mean, they eat what you feed them. Exactly. They have no choice.
But I think that pretty much wraps up what we were talking about for food, pharmaceuticals, and basically water.
Well, pharmaceuticals, you know what I mean? I just want to expose the corruption with the pharmaceutical industry, because what they're doing, what the American way here when it comes to sickness is to address the symptoms and ignore the cause. You know what I mean? What they're doing is they're looking at your symptoms, and they're giving you these poisonous drugs to deal with your symptoms, which in turn causes more symptoms, which they can feed you more pills to cover those symptoms up. And before you know it, you're on 3 or 4 different medications here, and you probably feel like crap.
You know, that actually brought up a good point, because an analogy to that would be like the Federal Reserve. Because, well, we have a poor economy and we're in debt, so we'll just borrow more money to end up more in debt, which then puts us further in the hole, which isn't actually solving jack squat.
Right.
So it's like the two philosophies at hand.
I see how much you did there.
Buddy with each other.
Right, I like that.
Same flawed idea.
Yeah, we're in debt because we ignore the cause.
The root.
We're ignoring the cause right now.
And the root to, I guarantee you, these people that are coming in at 300 pounds to see their doctor is their damn lifestyle.
Right.
Well, you know what? You might be 300 pounds, but we're going to put you on some blood pressure medication.
Mm-hmm.
What do you eat for a day? About a cow, 3 chickens. It's unbelievable. It's like, well, why don't you just eat 2,000 calories, because they're probably digesting 5,000, and let's watch the pounds roll off. No, 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 people. This is America, modern day America. We're going to prescribe you 5 different medications to give you 10 different problems to then prescribe you another 10 medications 3 months from now. Which isn't working anyways because it's bankrupting our country as well, healthcare. I think I just watched on the news today, 20% of our actual income that comes through collected by big old Uncle Sam is going towards healthcare. Which Obama right now has some problems because they're looking at his ideas of Obamacare as unconstitutional because you don't have the right to choose it, because if you don't, at the end of the year, whenever that happens, you'll be fined. Whoa.
Oh, didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Interesting though.
Well yeah.
But
I
yeah.
think that's pretty much wraps it up. What do you think? I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so. But if you just look at the big picture here, if you look at the food, the water, the prescriptions, you know, the suppressed.
And there's a reason for all of this to really kind of depopulize the population.
Right.
Here and then
It's
trying it here on a test subject and then go global with it.
Right.
It also comes back to the bigger picture of New World Order. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that next one. The next video that we're going to do. We're going to rock that one out. And stay in tuned. And that's pretty much it. I'm Jay, and I'm signing out.
Yeah, I'm Paul. Thanks for watching.